Welcome back, guys. On this week's episode, we do another Baa Baa Brewhouse beer. It's called Business Socks. We go over my old man problems with annoying music in the gym. We go over the Arnold Classic back on. Rogue has a new deadlift competition. And next week's field trip that we're taking, you'll see that. And the hungover and store tour, we go over another brewery and another gym we'd like to work out at. Enjoy. You ready? Technical difficulty, but we fixed it and started all over. We're back.
We're back.
Back again. I'm just going to be honest with the guys. We're doing a double header here today. Mm-hmm. I'm going to change my shirt. I don't know if you're going to change yours or you're just going to roll it the same.
Well, since you're fucking telling everybody, might as well not.
But it's funny. It's our first time doing this only because we're going to take a field trip next week.
Uh-huh.
We'll get into that, but I don't know why I said that.
Me neither. I'm going to cut all that shit out, so start all over.
All right. Well, this week we have another one from Baa Baa Brewhouse. Mm-hmm. The one that was out by where I grew up, Brookshire, Texas. That last one, oh my God.
It was a great beer.
I hesitate to say it's the best beer I've ever had, but it's definitely the most original beer I've ever had. By far.
By far the best sour that I've ever put in my mouth.
Is that so? I guess we can get into. Is that technically a sour?
That's what it says on the website.
I don't think they fucking know what they got. They need to relabel. It's a smoothie. It's fruit smoothie beer. Just go ahead and say something. Yeah. You know, you guys are onto something, and I'm all about it. Mm-hmm. But this week we don't have a sour. We've got their hazy IPA.
Yes.
Called Business Socks, and it is a sheep standing there with business socks on. Very nice socks, might I add, too.
Yeah, good looking socks.
Let's crack this open. And then I've got to talk about where they got this name and where my head went when I saw the name Business Socks. All right, let's see what we're pouring here. Oh, she's hazy.
Another shitty pour done by me.
Yeah, so can I show you a tip? I see how you pour.
I'm going to just drink it out the can.
But what I learned long ago is you see how that's lengthwise? Mm-hmm. Turn it like that so it gives it a hole to breathe out of.
Pour out the side so it don't bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pro tip from a former alcoholic. All right. What do we have? What are we smelling?
Ooh, that thing smells good.
It smells real good.
Jesus.
We need to get to the technology where we got that like the senses go through like VR so people can start to smell this, because this podcast would be way better with that.
It's more of a sweet citrusy smell, not a pungent citrus like a hard grapefruit.
What am I getting into here? So it tastes hazy. Mm-hmm. That's for sure.
It definitely looks hazy, too.
Very IPA hazy-ish.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much of a fan I am yet. I'm waiting to see. Once the foam goes down a little bit, I'm going to really dig into this bad boy. Well, it's got Citra, Galaxy, and Cashmere hops in it. Thanks for the info on the side of the can. And we've got a 7.0. So we ain't bullshitting.
I won't be chugging this one, I'll tell you that.
Oh, come on. That's my favorite part of the whole show.
Yeah, to watch me suffer?
Yeah. All right. If I'm going to be brutally honest here, I'm not a huge fan of hazy IPAs. Mm-hmm. I like just the normal. Give me the West Coast. Biased coming out again. Give me that. But like last week when we graded on the scale of what we had last week, a different type of beer, mm-hmm. I'm going to grade on that and what I know about hazies.
You grading on a hazy.
There is a lot of flavor.
Mm-hmm.
This is much like their other beer, that one we had last week. The what was it? Baa Baa Bar or
Baa Baa Candy?
Yeah, Baa Baa Candy.
A Baa Candy or whatever.
Baa Candy, like a candy bar. Candy Bar is what it was called.
Yeah.
And like we said, that was one of the best beers I've ever had in whatever it was.
Right.
Had a lot of flavor. It looked like just ground up fruit in there. Excellent. And that's what this is like.
Mm-hmm.
Now, pardon. It's the hazy IPA, but with a lot of juice in it.
A lot of flavor.
A lot. Let me try it again. As far as appearance, the can is basic. Very basic.
Yeah.
No frills. So I'm going to go with I'm going to get a little rude here and go with a 7 out of 10. Smell, we're 10 out of the 10 because that is delightful. Put a little wick in it and let's turn that into a candle. As far as taste, I'm really having to pull away from my bias because I am not a huge hazy fan. But out of the hazies I've had, this is one of the better ones.
It's a flavorful hazy.
It is.
It's flavorful.
It's definitely flavorful.
It leans more towards a regular IPA flavor-wise, more than a normal hazy.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Because it tastes, like you say, more, you got a lot more taste, but you have...
You can almost chew it.
The punch of the hazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The alcoholness to it.
There is 7% in there. I can taste it. Their other beer, what we were told by them is it was like 6. The 7, I taste beer. I taste alcohol. Like, you can't hide that.
Right.
So that I like. It's a little boozy. Really trying to pull my bias out of this because I'm not a big fan of hazies. I'm going to go with a 25 out of 30.
I could agree with that.
That may sound less
biased
than it should, but that's as high as I'm going because I'm just, I don't know, there's something about hazies that I'm just not the biggest fan of. But out of the hazies I've had, she's good to go.
There.
Yeah.
That's up there with the same thing with me. That's up there with the hazies I've drank in the past.
It is growing on me as I'm sitting here drinking it. I think the smack of it is wearing off, and now I'm just drinking it. And so that by the end of this thing, I may have to change my grade.
You might love it.
Yeah, I
you
won't
might
go
be
that
a hazy
far,
fan.
but it's definitely growing on me. It's really is. So like I was saying, I don't know if you're going to cut it out, but I'm going to bring it back. We're doing a double header today because we're taking a field trip next week, and we still wanted to come out with a video. And for those that actually watch these damn things, we're going to head out to Baa Baa Brewhouse next week. You're going to make a pit stop at the Saucer and grab your 3.
Yep.
I might accidentally join you because it's close to where I squat. And then we're going to head to Baa Baa, and then a little gym that I stumbled upon that's close to Baa Baa called the Growler Spot. They've got 40 beers on tap, and they're all different than what I've had at the Saucer.
So it's a good spot for us to go to.
They have a beer there in the refrigerator. So I guess it's kind of a satellite sales spot for Urban South, which is a brewery I said we need to go try. And they have a whole refrigerators full of Urban South. So we're going to drink some beer, and I think we're going to have to pick some up. Yeah. For us to do a review. They've got a triple Marshmallow IPA. I don't know what I think about it, but we need to try it. Yeah. It's been a while since we've had a complete dumpster fire of a beer on here, since the Tornado beer that we had that was horrible. Shitty. Yeah, I don't even think that brewery's even around anymore.
Because I'm hoping at Baa Baa they still have a few candies left.
I'm guessing they do. They had another beer release this week.
I saw that.
Each week they're just fucking throwing them out there. Speaking of Baa Baa, Business Socks. So when I first saw it, I thought of Business Time by Flight of the Conchords. And if they watch this, or if we're going to ask them next week if that's where they got that from. Yeah. Because I don't know if anybody out there has seen this or if you've seen this, but Flight of the Conchords has a funny little video on YouTube from way back called Business Time. And it talks about having sex with his wife on Wednesdays. And it's funny.
That's
and
business
and
time.
when in part of it, he's like, I take off all my clothes except for my socks because they're my business socks. And when I saw this, I was like, I wonder if that's where they got it. Now,
Right.
it's just random, but
We could
guy
ask
on a
him.
buffalo from Crush City, we were kind of right. So
Right.
that's what was on the can, and it was actually guy on a buffalo.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm right again.
You could be. Who knows?
Let's get into some random topics here. The old man almost came out of me today at the gym squatting. This isn't even on here. I'm squatting, and I thought I might die. It was one of those weeks where it was like throw ups coming.
It was rough.
I think I had a little too much pre-workout and went and didn't let it I like to let it
Settle down a little bit.
Yeah, and then you kind of come in, you're just loose. I think I may have started a little too quick, so getting lightheaded, having to take a lap around the fucking rack a few times. And man, I'm like, I need to get us some, I hate filming myself, but I need to get us some content for the gram.
Mm-hmm.
So iPhones, you got to pull the headphones out because when you video, you can't hear the
Music
song
stops.
no more. Yeah.
Right.
So I take the headphones out, and lo and behold, Alpha Elite is at it again with the shittiest music I've ever heard in my life.
There's no way.
And I have brought this up on our thing, so I know we're droning on. Old man almost came up to out of me today. I just recently turned 37, so I haven't even begun to use the old man status of this age yet. I hit record, and as I'm walking to the rack,
You just cussing?
the N-word came out like 30 times,
Uh-huh.
which I don't care. I don't use the term, obviously, but it's rap. But when you aren't actually saying anything, it was bitch ass N-word. And that like 10 times in a row, the guy was like yelling at somebody in the song, and then N-word, 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 bitch ass N-word. And it threw me off on the squat bad.
Yeah.
Like I was like, first off,
You had to get back in your head after that?
yeah, first off, like right now, I know we were talking about belting the other week, but I have like need a spotter. So I'm gonna have to find somebody there next week because I think my sets are getting
To the point where
where I'm pushing it, and I'm doing sets of 6, and I'm trying to hit a certain weight of 6 before I go down to 4s.
Mm-hmm.
And so each week is like we're pushing it to throw up, like, oh my God, this is all I have. This is failure here. And I get to rep 4, 1, 2, 3, you're like, fine. Like, oh, this is going to be fucking easy.
I'll burn
Then
through
4,
this.
I'm like, then 5 and 6 are just detrimental to my health, it feels like.
Yeah.
And that song was on, and it just stole everything out of me. So I did five reps instead of 6. And I know for a fact if that song hadn't been on, honest to God, I would have probably cranked that out. But my brain was literally like, this shit sucks so bad.
Yeah.
I almost walked up to the front desk. If the manager dude had been there, we were going to have a talk.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, dude, I know I don't
music
pay a
sucks.
lot to be here. And I know I'm probably one of the only ones here that's going to even bitch about this.
Yeah.
But this shit's just unacceptable.
Yeah.
I was like, this is like, I couldn't bring, I know this sounds funny, but I couldn't bring like my mom or anybody in there or anything. I was like, Jesus Christ, like if this was on the radio, you just hear one beep, and the rap music nowadays sounds like elevator music to me that they're rapping over. It's that slow, just squeaking and stuff. So that was my squad day today.
Well, if it makes you feel any better,
Just a tangent.
me and the coach, we driving back, and he looks at me. He's like, man, it feels like I just did a CrossFit workout. That's how bad I feel.
Yeah.
So
maybe
it
it's
might be
the new
like
air.
might be like one of those Vegas adventures that he's just really pushed himself.
Yeah. No, I think it's our cool front that came through Houston this week. We're all just a little worn out from the...
there's no humidity left, so there's no water in the air anymore.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
We're all suffocating like
We can't
fish.
breathe.
What do I... Oh, you said that the Arnold Classic was going on
The
this
Arnolds are
weekend.
happening this weekend up there in Columbus, Ohio.
I saw it, and I saw prejudging, so I was like, oh, it's just they're competing to get to the Arnold Classic. I didn't realize that the actual Arnold Classic was going on.
Yeah, it's a 2-day show.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So normally it's in the springtime, but with the whole vid shit, last year they canceled it, and this year they having it. So prejudging looks phenomenal. They got some big names, and once again, I mean, the Arnolds. For the people that don't know, you have to be invited to it. I mean,
which is big.
Yes, they.
You ain't getting into this party just being average Joe.
To be invited is phenomenal for all the bodybuilding and also for the strongman. I mean, everybody's handpicked to be competing over there, and the prize money is phenomenal.
So what you're saying is if we got in there, we could put it on our Instagram title, Arnold Classic.
3-time Arnold Classic competitor.
Yeah, that's where we're competitor. We're fucking up. We're gonna have to get you dieseled out, man. You got to compete. I ain't making in it.
I'm way too old.
Too many people are commenting on the size of your
I'm
biceps.
way too
and
old.
That's the thing. We got to get you in the
Masters. He don't have that.
Oh, fuck. We have to. We know a guy somewhere that knows Arnold, don't we? Yeah, that was one of the funnest trips I've ever done. Is that Arnold Classic, man? Fuck, just seeing humans in that place. Yeah. For those that haven't been, if you work out in any aspect of working
any capacity,
you've got to go one time. I said I would go every other year. I think I'm ready to go next year. Yeah, that'll be 3-4 years or something like that. Like I kind of the luster has kind of come away, and I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go again. I had so much fun with that group that went. Yeah,
because I mean, we met the top CrossFitters, we met the top strong men.
Dude, remember when the Mountain came walking by with his crew and
his entourage?
Holy shit, dudes doesn't look human. They look created.
He looked bigger than Shaw.
Yeah, and then Megan and I took a picture with Shaw, and that is a massive man. Yeah,
I think he's 6'7".
But just the arm, just the body parts on these individuals
400-something pounds. I mean, yeah,
400. I mean, I'm 220, 225 right now, and I looked like a
child.
Just a character to this dude. Could you imagine, in Gladiator days, having to go against something like that? Oh, dude, we're taking a couple of laps around that thing, get your heart rate up, so I could turn around and maybe you can't defend yourself.
Have a chance.
God, that dude looked like he could grab a lion by the throat and just throw it back
take
in
him
the
down.
hole. Yeah, it's incredible. We definitely. I've got to do that again. Yeah. So what are they doing this year? Just the bodybuilding? They're not doing the whole. I didn't see strongman or any of that on there.
I don't know if they actually, because I know they canceled the meet and greet. They still. I think they're trying to do the best they can with the restrictions of that.
They just want to. Yeah. They just want to put a crown this year because these guys are working hard. Yeah. Those bodybuilders that are, like you said, are getting invited to that thing. Yeah. These are full-time. Athletes. I'm
trying to think. I think last year it was just a virtual, just the competitors on stage, and that was it. Just because they dieted down and all that, but. There was no spectators, but this year, I mean, I saw videos of spectators and all that, so at least they're trying to bring back some normalcy with this
So next year we'll probably have something, I'm guessing.
I mean, it's in Ohio, so it depends on their restrictions.
Yeah. Do you want to do our sponsor?
Oh, hell yeah.
I finally remembered. Usually I'm just going, and
I was just letting you go. I was going to stop you, but...
for some reason it popped up in my head. Oh,
she's
back.
Today's sponsors, ladies and gentlemen. I guess Pringles got jealous because we were doing Zap so much that they
How does that feel holding that in your hand?
It feels familiar. It feels familiar. Because we do them so often on here.
I got you. The wavy ones, too, at that.
Yes, today is the wavy fire roasted jalapeno.
God almighty.
Have you had these before?
I don't think we have. I don't think I have.
Let's find out.
All I know is indigestion is not friendly, but these guys usually don't go overboard.
I got some Tums. Don't worry about that.
Oh, yeah. Well, we got beer. That usually helps, right? Mm-hmm. Oven roasted.
Fire roasted.
Oh, these aren't bad. I thought these things were going to come out swinging. Almost don't have any taste of jalapeno to them.
I taste more of it on my lips. when you do that than the regular jalapeno.
These are easy.
Yeah.
Huh. They're good though. Mm-hmm. All right. Now we'll keep going with some random things. We're going to the Rogue Invitational. I guess that's Halloween weekend. Mm-hmm. And they just released, Rogue's been doing these little competition things that you can join. You pay like $20 to get in, or $10 to get in, hanging from the rig as long as you can, how many times you can do such and such, like fastest row and all these things. Their new one this week is, or weekend is, what was it? 3 minutes or something like that. Yeah, 3 minutes of max deadlifts at 315 for dudes, which I want to say is like maybe 225, something like that for women. Could you 3 minutes max effort?
Just straight 3 minutes of pulling.
I think the record of what I saw was 67 for women, 66 for dudes, in the 3 minutes of 315. That's
every 3 seconds they doing a rep. That's pretty much nonstop.
Now my CrossFit days are well behind me. I know for a fact back then I was nowhere near that. I would have been happy with 20. Mm-hmm. But I don't know what I could do with that right now.
But let's be honest, they're using fake weights that you could bounce and all that shit. I wonder what's the restrictions for.
Well, if it's typical standards, your elbows basically can't bend.
Can't bend.
And you gotta obviously lock out up top, which I don't know how anal they are about it, because I know that CrossFit during the Open, it gets a little lax for some elite athletes. Mm-hmm. Josh Bridges, but he's talked about that. It's funny. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think you got in 3 minutes at 315?
I don't want to find out.
There's some dudes that follow us on Instagram that might be able to blast that right out of a hole.
Oh, they would laugh at 315.
We got some guys on our Instagram pulling big fucking weight. Oh my god, damn! I was just so jealous. But hey, I'm gonna get there. But Jesus Christ, I'm so excited. I think I can pull 500 by the end of this year. Mm-hmm. And some of these dudes are warming up with that shit.
Yeah,
oh God,
it's amazing the strength of some people. It just blows me away because I've never been a strong person, and just to see. You got people 50 pounds lighter than us that are pulling weights. That's hard to fathom they could pull it.
Yeah, I was getting ready to get to that. I see some people pulling stuff that look like my size, and I'm like, okay, you kind of see where you're at with them. You're like, okay, well, if he's pulling this, I should be able. And then you see him rip up like 600 plus, 700 plus pounds, and I'm like,
yeah,
you have the same size legs as I do. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
it's cheating. That's what it is. Magnets and roids. But
they got a bunch of strong.
It is
people
weird,
out
isn't
there.
it though, how that is? Like you'll see somebody your size and you're like, oh well, they should hit, say whatever, wherever you're at, roughly this. And then they go up 200 pounds over that and you're like, what are you doing? Like how are you getting so much tension on your deadlift that I can't do that? It's very
years of practice and technique.
Yeah, it is cool. I have been working on more technique lately.
Yeah.
As I'm getting higher, you should be doing it in the lighter, but I'm starting to notice as this is getting heavier that like I wasn't activating my lats enough, and so I'm kind of tweaking as I'm going here, and I'm noticing some improvements, which is good. So
like Eddie Cohen always said, you treat lightweight just like you would treat heavyweight.
Yeah.
So it's technique from start to finish.
Correct. Let's get into the aftertaste. It's been a while since I've taken a sip of this thing, so let's see if I like it better.
I don't think there's a large aftertaste to me.
There's almost zero at all.
Yeah, it kind of fades.
But as it sits there, you definitely get with the fruit. Man, these guys are not going to like me because I cannot grade this beer in the way that I would have liked to. So out of 20, I'm going to go with a 14.
I think
there's just not much there.
But do you want a hazy to sit on your palate for long? Me personally, I wouldn't.
Well, then I'll scratch that out and we'll go with a 16 out of 20 because you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just there's something about hazies that I'm just not a huge fan of. I never order them unless I have to at the saucer.
But I think if you're going to have one, wouldn't this be a good choice?
Let's put this out there. If you're into hazies, this is it. Baa Baa makes a great hazy. This is excellent.
Yeah.
When it comes to hazies. And I'm just trying to pull my bias out of not liking a particular beer. It's like if we did a saison or however you say it, saison. Oh my God, it would take everything in my like.
That might be next week.
Fuck, dude, it would be so hard to not put 0.0000 because I hate those beers. Doesn't mean we can't do one, but yeah. So that's what I'm really trying to do with this. Once again, if you like hazies, these guys are knocking it out. Drinkability for me, I'm not drinking a whole 6-pack of this.
No, Lord, no. I'm drinking 2, maybe 3.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with a 15 out of 30 because maybe 3. I'll do the math in a second. What else do we got? I don't want to go over all our topics because we've got another one right after this. I know last week we talked about the hungover and sore tour. Thinking again this week. You were saying you were going to be going to Las Vegas before that went to shit, and we were talking about going to the Dragon Lair. Mm-hmm. So that's another place on my tour that I would like to go to gym-wise is the Dragon Lair. Mm-hmm. Old Cutler works out there, and he seemed like we follow their Instagram, and he's just taking pictures with everybody in there.
What? Cutler is probably one of the most famous bodybuilders walking earth. I mean, everybody talks so highly of him, and he had a phenomenal career. Now he's a great businessman, not only in the fitness industry and in other aspects. I mean, he just was smart. He got his health. He looks good, and everybody loves him because they think he's just a great person.
So, yeah, I'm going there, and then since we're going next week, I'm going with Baa Baa. These guys are on our hungover and sore tour, so those are my picks. You don't have to pick. Or what's a gym? I know you're not into breweries like I am, but what's another gym on your list that you would go to? Last week you said the original Metroplex. Metroplex, yeah.
I would probably say the Bear Francis up there on the East Coast up there. I can't remember if it's New Jersey or New York, but Bear Francis was a pro. Uh-huh. She got a powerhouse up there. Her and her husband run. Her husband is a head coach at IFBB.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they got people that go train over there, so he could watch them pose, and he helps them with their pose and what he thinks is a head judge that they need to work on to present themselves better in front of the judges.
I need somebody like that to just look at my frumpy ass body and tell me what I need to work on.
No, you're gonna have your fucking feelings hurt. They're gonna tell you work on everything. Get the fuck out of here.
I need you on every piece of equipment for 10 years. No, see, I didn't know that, and that's why I like asking you, because you've got more of the gyms down than like I have the breweries. I mean, I've got a list of breweries I could go over, but the gyms are starting to become something that I'm getting into. Like, holy shit! Like the Metroflex one, I knew about that one. Yeah. But this one, I had no idea. Yep. You got anything else? Anything else we need to go over?
No, you did you added it up.
Let me add it up real quick.
Because we just going with yours from now on. Because I'll tell you if I disagree with it or not.
Oh, let me get to it then.
It's a good beer, guys. If y'all could get your hands on it, y'all try it. It's really good.
Yeah, I got a 73, which is passing. Getting their beer, you have to actually go there. Yeah. It's and then where we're going, that growler spot I told you about, they have it there.
Oh, do they?
So yeah, you're gonna be able to try it on tap there. But yeah, I think pretty much you got to go to these dudes. Yeah. And
but I'm hoping they've still got some candy, because a friend of mine at work who watched it, whenever we did the review, he asked when I'm gonna bring him one. Oh yeah. So when we go up there next week, and
they've got a few candies. Like I said, they had one that had, I think, just regular chocolate, not the white chocolate, and it had, I think the difference was raspberry instead of strawberry. Like they're just going.
I'm just hoping I could get a few of them, and
we better get there at 2:00 then, banging on the door. Boom, boom, boom.
If I don't get them, if we're there a little late because I'm having my 3 at the salsa.
I hear you. So yeah, next week, if you're watching this to end this off, we're gonna go to Baa Baa Brewhouse. I'll post on our Instagram a time and everything when we get a little closer to it. And then right after that, we're just going to drive down to the growler spot. I know it's out of the way, and most people that watch this probably don't live in the same town, but if you're in the Houston area and you're looking for a good time, because I like to think you and I are the best time in Houston area, come meet us there.
I'm sure everybody thinks that about themselves.
Oh, yeah. But we know it. We don't think. Yeah. But cheers, huh?
Cheers, guys.
Man, I mean, if you're drinking a hazy, this is it. I wish I liked hazies more.
That's definitely hazy.
Yeah.